develop any kind of industry, because right now we're a little bit limited. We have industry, lots of heavy industry, and of course service center. But Egypt has the potential to become an industrial giant in Africa. And I mean, the African continent, that is something that is totally neglected by Europe. It's right in front of the nose of us here. Why wouldn't we?
So it could be the gateway.
The gateway, and as well make use of this huge market.
What is your chamber doing to encourage? I know that we should be the ones that are proactive, but let's assume we're lazy. What is your chamber doing to encourage the businessmen to come and say, hey, there is a potential, there is a market here?
We are doing exactly this. We have a philosophy where you think seeing is believing. So we organize business delegations from Germany over here. And we practice then a hand-holding policy. So we tell them, listen, you're not alone. We have a large German community here, and the Egyptians are very nice people, friendly, and then we are teaming up with our partners here in Egypt. That is the Ministry of Investment, that is GAFI, that is the Ministry of Industry, that is as well His Excellency, the Prime Minister himself, who is always available to meet those people. And then you see it already in the faces of the visitors. It's totally different than what we thought.
And what we see in the media.
And what we see in the media. And sometimes I get very angry reactions, is how could we have been so much misled? And then I'm telling them, but you spent your vacation here. Yes, of course. I'm coming every year to Egypt. So why didn't you ever try to do business? I only thought about tourism.
Okay.
So, but you can convince the people to come. And we want to organize a delegation for the Sharm el-Sheikh event. And we have already for this year 3 delegations fixed and planned. So alongside this, definitely...
when you say 3 delegations, 3 delegations as in 3 businesses? Or
exactly.
3 businesses?
Yeah, 3 business
groups.
When you say we have the 3 business groups, they're interested in investment, or they just coming to here?
At the moment, I think they are coming first to here, but we have as well cases where an investment or at least sales develop right out of these delegations. We have 3 sectors selected. One is the renewables, of course. The other one is waste management, because I mean, you can as well generate energy from waste. And the other one is the food sector, like that, which is as well a very important
sector in Egypt.
Like this, and I feel as well that agriculture is worthwhile looking into. It's a huge need for modernization like this, and we still have some agriculture left. It's not only industry in Germany.
Dr. Riad, we have a mega project, the Suez Canal mega project. How can we direct? It is phases, but soon we'll be hitting the logistics phase. How can we start to build up business for the logistics phase? Because we don't want to start something and then maybe stop because we're inviting businesses to come and look at the issue. I mean, there's a blueprint, everything is clear-cut. We know how this area is going to look.
I'm a big fan and admirer of the mega project Suez Canal. Being acquainted with the Western way of thinking as well of the Egyptian one, I could describe the way of convincing European minds is make it properly, prove success, and then we'll join you. And this is the reason for my admiration for this project. It is proceeding according to a time plan, have a solid technical background and know-how, keeping pace of time properly, so we're attracting the attention of the world slowly but surely. Once the project is finished, we'll get proposals from everywhere. Everybody will show up to ask for a contribution of making his part successful. Complementing with what Mr. Herret said about interest of German industries in Egypt, we have plenty of success stories of German manufacturers acting in Egypt. One of the factories, of the industries, closed down its successful factory in Germany and built a more modern one in Egypt to manufacture diapers for babies, which is a key concept.
We have a lot of newborns in Egypt.
That's it.
You can never lose.
We are a younger country.
Definitely, there's more business here than in Germany.
Yes.
Once we provide the clear market potential, people will come by themselves.
But once you provide the potential, you guide where the business is.
And the success this factory is attaining in Egypt is triple as much as they attained in Germany before.
I'm sure they have.
Other cases are similar. If we complete the infrastructure needed for industries to grow and flourish, people will share. I mean, attracting attention is based on our success to attract partners to come and share with us. I'm very optimistic that the track we are on now, facing problems and not putting them aside, knowing exactly what a problem will cost to be solved is the right way. There is no problem that doesn't need any financial resources or funds to solve. I'm happy that we can see every day thinking modalities being brought up, discussed, shared, and put on its sides, not undermining them and not exaggerating them. I expect within 6 months to 1 year that Egypt will gain solidarity and a new mindset, seeking quality rather than price, looking for quality in people, in products, in manners and methods, in solutions, and in communication with the external world. And this is one big step in the right direction.
Dr. Herret, you told us that Germany realized after the Second World War that for it to be a strong economy, it needs to be export-oriented. Other advice would you give Egypt, aside from being an export-oriented country, or at least balancing the import-export issue?
Well, I have learned it is never good to give advice, because I think the Egyptians know best what's good for their country. I can only share experience. And what we did, we were building on our strengths. So it might not be possible to copy the German example after the World War II, one-on-one, but to understand the system, this one. This would be, I think, worthwhile to look into. And the first one was you need to have a good qualified workforce. That creates as well prosperity, happiness, a stable society, and it makes you competitive. Then you can open your market. Then you get investors. And so it continues. Then you need good politicians. I would say you have good ones. We had in this time Ludwig Erhard, our first economic minister. And when he introduced the concept of the social market economy, that means not the neocon where you are abusing your power as an employer, but where you respect your employees. And where we are going that far that we say even the workers have a right to sit on the board of a company like this, but that prevents you from striking like that. And when Ludwig Erhard did that, I did read a little bit about this one. There's a funny story with Lucius Clay, that was the American military commander at this time.
Yes.
And Clay said, Mr. Herret, my advisors are telling me you are committing a terrible mistake. And Herret said, Mr. General, don't believe them. My advisors are telling me the same rubbish. And so he had this vision, and he pulled through, and he created both a liberal market economy where the government is only setting the guidelines, but gives a lot of freedom for the businesses to develop,
Yes.
and not strangling them with the regulations. And so they could develop, they could grow, but as well the government put the burden on them. You train your people, you pay your taxes, you contribute to the well-being of the nation. That is your responsibility. And so we have hiccups as well. It's not a country without strikes and without problems. And
Yes.
after the economic miracle, where Herret said it is not a miracle, it was circumstance, it was hard work, it was a good policy, then there were downtimes. Now we are in a process of a boom. We will have...
What would you say is the success factor in Germany? What's your edge? What's the best thing that the German economy has that made Germany this industrial nation that we see today?
Today, definitely that we did not give up our industry. We could have moved on right into the service industry, and that would have killed our backbone, because the Germans, they love engineering, they love technology, we love our cars, we love the machines, and like this. And
we love your cars as well.
And we're very happy that you're driving them. And the second is that we never stop training. We always try to improve the training system. Like that. So
it's your labor?
I think it's the labor.
You say this is the advantage, which in our case, we're not turning it into an advantage.
It is